ladies, to the Inspiration in 30. My name is Gloria Ward, and I'm the founder of this amazing platform, the I'm Loving Me Project, where we inspire women like you to come and to love yourself and to understand the importance of living your highest and truest self. I hope my mic and everything is on and everybody can hear me. Um, I'm excited. Can you believe January is almost out of here? Can you guys believe that? Can you believe that January is almost over? And one of the things that I want to ask you is, um, how's that vision board going? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are you, are you moving those things that you said that you was going to accomplish on your vision board to your accomplished board? Are you working towards getting somewhere? Within these first 25 days, were you able to get some things accomplished, or are you still in your planning phase? And the reason why I bring that up is because sometimes what we do is we sabotage our own success and we don't know that we do that. And I wanted to talk about that today because I felt like it's very important. Because as you start to move along, again, this is action season, this is reconstruction. As you start to move along, what I want you to know and to understand is that when you are faced with challenges, when you are faced with your old self, when you try to get back into your comfort zone, you need tools. You need things that you can use to help you pull out of that. Because you said that you wanted to be a different person, right? You said that you wanted to try something different. You wanted to be different. You wanted to achieve some of your goals. But what happens when you are trying so hard and you are running out there and you are trying your best to get things done, and it just seems like you are not getting to where you need to be, that everything around you keeps failing? Most likely, you are sabotaging your success. And I found this piece that I want to go over with you. So if you want to take notes, you can, because it really helped me when I started on my journey. And it really helped me understand when I was sabotaging myself and how I can actually get out of that and accomplish my goals. So let me just tell you what sabotage is so that you understand, because people will say, right? Hey, Janie. Hey, Rose. People will say, yeah, I just don't know why I can't accomplish my goals. I just don't know why things are not working out for me. Well, self sabotage is any behavior, thought, or emotion. Let me say that any behavior, thought, emotion, or action that holds you back from getting what you consciously want. See, the self sabotage conflicts that exist between what you desire and what you and your limiting beliefs. Let me say that again. Self sabotage is the conflict that exists between what you desire and what your limiting beliefs are. So you might desire that house, that car, that, new job, that $1 million business and everything. But your self limiting beliefs and patterns is what's stopping you from getting there. Right? And I'm going to give you an example as I go along. But what I want you to see and what I want you to write down is when you start to see yourself in that kind of mode, because it's going to come unconsciously. But when you are aware of it, how you can actually pull yourself out so you can start to achieve some of your goals. Right? So, like I said, I found this little piece and it says self sabotage not only prevents you from reaching your goals, but it also plays a part of a safety mechanism that protects you against disappointment. Think about it. We want that business, we want that relationship, we want to be able to be out there and be our best and do our best. But at the same time, We don't want to be disappointed if it doesn't work out, right? So what we do is we sit and we rely on our comfort zone because it feels better to us, right? It helps us. So when we say, oh man, I want to get out there and I want to be able to have me a good relationship with this person, and I know that they're a nice person, that's what you desire. Now, what is going on in the back of your brain? That thing that you know that you're saying to yourself, I don't want to get hurt again. I don't want to go through this again. I don't want to invest all this time in someone that I'm not sure is going to be the person I'm going to be with. Maybe I won't like them down the road. So you desire to have that relationship, but unconsciously, what you're doing is you sabotaging it at the same time, and you sabotaging yourself because you want it, but you don't want it. You want it, but you don't want to be hurt. You want it, but you want all, you want it to be this way, that way. And it gets you in a position where your mind is going back and forth, and you're like, I don't know what the hell I want, right? I don't know what it is that I want to do. And now we get into this stuck place, right? And now we say, well, I don't even know what I want. So until I figure that out, I'm just going to go ahead and be by myself. Right? I do. Hey, Lorraine, I do. See, and let me take this side note. So Lorraine is my oldest sister who passed, her godmother, right? She's been in my family forever. Like, we're family. And I would tell you guys that, my mom died when I was 7 years old. So really the only thing that I have is really like pictures of her. And so when I hear people who know her and been around her and see her and they say that I look like her, I just say to myself, like, damn, I wish I could see. You know what I'm saying? So the pictures that I have, she was younger and she looks like my little sister to me, you know. But I always appreciate that, Lorraine. Every time someone says that, I just be like, wow, I wish I was able to, I wish I was able to see that. So thank you. But the real reason why we self sabotage ourselves is because we have low self esteem, right? We don't want to admit that. We have low self confidence and we have low self belief, but we don't want to tell ourselves that because when we do, it it makes us feel bad about ourselves, right? We suffer from self sabotage because we have a problem managing our emotions, right? We have a problem staying calm. As soon as something happens, we react. As soon as something goes bad, we really take it in and it becomes a part of us. So we don't know how to make, how to manage our emotions. The other thing is that when we set high expectations for ourselves, if we set the bar high for ourselves and we say, this year I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy me a house and I'm going to buy me this car and I'm going to get, all this money. And you set these high expectations and in the back of your mind, you don't even believe it, right? You hoping, you're not confident in it. You have a low self-esteem about it. When it comes true, you disappointed, right? But the problem is that all along you were sabotaging your own self, where what you wanted, you was just taking it away by yourself. I keep telling you, ladies, everything you want in life you can have. The only thing that is stopping you is you. Okay? The only thing that's stopping you is you. Nobody on the outside can do anything to you unless you allow it, right? How do we sabotage ourselves? We give in to the fear and we don't move at all when we want to be able to do something with our lives, right? We hold ourselves back for taking risks. We say, no, I'm just going to stay comfortable. I don't want to go out there and try to do anything. I don't want to go out there and something happens. I'd rather stick to what I know, right? We don't want to listen to nobody or any instructions. We don't want to plan ahead. We are incapable of saying no to people. We don't take time to consider the consequences of our actions. We don't think critically about situations. We just go out there and we just, you know, um, say we want something, go out there and do it, knowing the whole time that we don't even believe ourselves, right? And then we sit there and we say, you see what I'm talking about? This doesn't work. I can't grow that business. I can't get that house. I knew they wasn't going to give it to me. I knew that this was going to happen. I'm just not ready. I'm just not good enough. I'm just too busy right now. Right? How many of you each and every day tell yourself you want something, but then you turn around subconsciously and say, I hope it happens. If nobody does something to, if everything goes well, right? Maybe I'll get there. I'm hoping I get there. What I'm trying to get you ladies to understand, that the only thing, well, a couple of things, the couple of things that you have to do to pull yourself out of self-sabotage is everything that we talk about each and every day, all day long. You got to be able to start loving yourself. You have to be able to have that self-confidence. And you have to know how important you are to you, right? People are going to have their own opinions about who you are. But if you are agreeing with them, then that's when that stuff starts to come true. You want that relationship, you got to be confident about it. You got to be able to take the risk. You have to understand and know it might work out, it won't. But whatever it is, I'm going to ride the journey to see where it goes. Right? That business might thrive, that business might fail. But who cares? We are going to walk out our desires and not put ourselves in this position where we feel like we're sabotaging ourselves. Right? That's why I always ask, that's why I keep asking you guys, if you did a vision board this year, if you made some New Year's resolutions, if you said that this is your year where you're going to change, can you hear yourself talking when you're self-sabotaging yourself? Can you pick up on yourself thinking? And the biggest thing that you can use is if you are in that category where you're trying to lose weight, right? Because that's when it all comes up, right? If you on a journey where you said, this year I'm going to lose 20 pounds and all that stuff, and I'm on my 25th day, how many ants ran through your head these last couple of weeks to tell you all these things? One thing we do to self-sabotage ourselves is we set unrealistic expectations. Do you know that? Because we set them because we know that we're not going to reach them. So instead of planning ahead, instead of sitting down and figure out where we are and start from where we are, we'll set unrealistic expectations for ourselves and for other people. And then when they don't come true, we say, you know what? Oh, well, I tried. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but at least I went out there and did something. Or you'll do it, but you'll procrastinate, right? Or you'll put on this level, or you'll get this level of perfectionism where you say, I got to have A, B, C, D, E before I even get started, right? I got to have all my ducks in a row before I go ahead and jump out there. No, stop self sabotaging yourself. Stop putting yourself in a position where you always are losing because of your expectations of yourself. If you are supposed to be your biggest supporter and your biggest cheerleader, why are you putting all those negative things in your head? Why are you allowing those things to run through your mind to self sabotage your dreams and desires that you said you wanted? That's why we put up that quote that I love so much. When you're talking to yourself, watch your language. When you're talking to yourself, watch your language. Because what you're saying to yourself is what you're ingesting. What you're saying to yourself is what you're taking action on. Yes, you have a lot of desires, but at the same time, you killing it. You killing your own dream. You self-sabotaging yourself because you have not done the things, the getting over the fear, getting over the taking the risk and jumping out there to see what happens. You beat yourself up before you even reach the starting line, right? And yes, we know if you've been living that way for years, it's hard to get out of that, right? It's hard to get out of that. But the way you get out of it, and let's talk about that, is you have to become aware. You have to identify that you have this kind of behavior. The way you identify it, because people don't tell you, is you look at each and every area of your life and you ask yourself, what do I think about my health? What do I think about myself? What do I think about me being in a relationship? What do I think about me and money and having a business? Now, if you're saying to yourself, oh, having a business, they say it's hard and you got to put all this money into it and I don't have the time to do it and I got to work and I got to hold on to what I got, all self-sabotaging at the same time. And then you turn around and say, but I'm going to do it though. I don't care what they say. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to go and I'm going to apply for my business. Yeah, I might get that far. But you done told yourself so much stuff where you're not going to take action on the next step. Yeah, I want to be in that relationship and I want somebody who's kind and, who is financially stable and all these wonderful things. But they got to have, a certain kind of look, but they better not be this and they better not be that. And I don't want nobody who's like my ex-husband and, ex-girlfriend or whoever. Well, what we know is like attracts like, right? Whatever that comes out of these lips is the power that you give in your life. Everything that comes out of these lips that comes from here is what you holding in your hand right now and what you live in, right? What are some of those healthy things that you are doing? Do you even know? Do you have any healthy behaviors that you do that you are aware of that you can put in place when those self-sabotaging thoughts come into play? Do you even know if you have any? And if you don't, think about it. When you get those negative thoughts, do you watch something? Do you read something? Do you call a friend? Do you get yourself in a position where you got to get out of this funk and you take a walk? What are those healthy behaviors that you have? Or do you just sit there and let them run in your mind all day long? Right? We don't know. We don't know because it happens so much and throughout the day that is just part of our own nature, right? That's just what we do. But what I want you to do is I want you to start to be aware because that's how you change, right? All the stuff you want, hear me, all the stuff you want, you can have. All your desires and everything that you are trying to achieve, you can have. We know everything starts with you. We say that every day. Everything starts with your belief, how you feel about yourself, where you're going, your self confidence, your self esteem, your self worth. Nobody can come into your circle and disrupt that unless you allow that to happen. Unless you decrease in any of those areas of self love, self worth, self confidence, and you allow them to spill their needs and wants and desires on you. That's the only way that gets disrupted. How do you not allow that to happen? You set boundaries and you don't let anybody cross those boundaries. But the fight is not with them. The fight is not with the people on the outside. The fight is here. Whatever you believe about yourself is what you're currently living. 100%, me included. I look around, every now and again, probably every week or two or every month, and I say, am I doing the same thing that I've been doing for the last year? Is there anything new in my life? Is there anything new? Am I learning anything new? Am I working at anything new? Do I have any new friends? Did I meet anyone new? And if the answer to that is no, and I've been doing the same thing that I've been doing for a whole year, I got some work to do because I'm not growing. When I first started writing my book, oh my God, y'all, I promise you, you talk about self-sabotaging. I kept telling myself, I'm not a writer. I don't do this. It was hard for me to get through 3 pages in high school. I don't even know how I'm going to put a whole book together. And what am I supposed to say? And then I got to read other books, and I was getting so frustrated, and I kept sabotaging myself to the point where my writing coach had to say, hey, Gloria, you need to get it together. Why are you so fearful and against writing? Where it's just something simple for you. And I will procrastinate. I will go do other things and say I'll write later, or I'll write when the dogs are gone, or I'll make sure I get stuff done when it's quiet. It's quiet all the time. I live by myself. It's quiet all the time. I live by myself. I have no excuse as to why I couldn't do what I needed to do. But bottom line was I was afraid, because I was afraid to sit there and do the work, because I was always told that I need my writing checked, and I have to make sure my grammar is correct, and I have all that from being in school. So because of that, I just said writing is not my thing. I can't do that. Right? I'll leave that to someone else. And I said, it takes me too long to get my thoughts together, so I don't want to do it. But my desire is to write a book. But I'm self-sabotaging myself through the whole damn thing, right? And then I had to get a hold of myself. Well, my coach had to get a hold of me because I wasn't going to change my thoughts because that's exactly what I believed. You get what I'm saying? That's exactly what I believed. But then I said to myself, if you want to be able to do something different, Gloria, you got to become a different person. If ladies, you want to be able to do something different, you got to become a different person. You have to recognize when you're self-sabotaging yourself, and you have to use your tools. You have to be able to know. You have to be able to put those healthy things in place. And you have to be able to practice it because it's a new thing. Loving yourself to most of us is a new thing. We think we did, but when we truly look at it, we battle with ourselves every day. We tell ourselves good things and bad things about our own self every day. And the key to changing is awareness and practice. Awareness and practice. Because we've been doing the same thing for so many years, it is just unconscious behavior. So I say all that to tell you this. If you want to be able to reach any goal in your life or any desire you have, big or small, pay attention to what you're telling yourself. Are you self-sabotaging yourself even though you want it? Because the negative thoughts are going to win because they are so strong and you backing it with so much emotion that your body is just going to follow the mind because that's his job. Do you hear me? Your hands are not going to miraculously start typing when your brain is saying you're not a good typer, you're not going to do this, this is not going to work. You're going to get up. You're not going to follow through. All those things on your vision board and everything that you wrote down for your New Year's resolution or however you wrote down your goals and dreams of whatever you're going to accomplish. If you have anything on your list that you point to and you smile at it, but at the same time you have something negative to say about it, then you self-sabotaging your desires and what you want. And you have to be able to change that in order to accomplish what you need to accomplish. Does that make sense to everybody? You can't say, I want this beautiful house and this is my house and I'm going to put all this stuff in it, but my credit ain't right. So when I get that straight and I get that up and I stop buying all this stuff, then I'm going to be able to get that house. No, that's self-sabotaging. Right? So what do? Man, you see that house on my vision board? I gave myself 14 months to go ahead and get my credit straight and apply for the loan and get everything good. Right now, I'm making sure my bills stay low. I'm cutting everything out that I can, and we're just gonna make this work for the next 14 months. I'm gonna sit up here and I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna do my work. I'm gonna make sure that I stay on top of my finances and watch and see how I go ahead and get this house. Now, if with this one bank says no, then I'm gonna go ahead and go to this other bank because I believe I fit the requirements of that. And I'm gonna make sure I have my plan together on how I'm gonna get it. And if I don't reach my 14 months, then that's okay. I'm going to just start from where I am, from what I already built over these last 14 months. And eventually I'll be able to get that house that I want. That's how you stop the self-sabotage. You believe, you know, you plan, and you take risk. You believe, you know, you plan, and you take the risk. It might not be 14 months, it might take a year. So what? You still got what you wanted, and you appreciate it more. But not getting it at all, not because of circumstances, but because of your own thoughts and mind and feelings. Now, that ain't cool. That is not cool. So don't self sabotage yourself, ladies. Work on it. When you hear yourself speaking negatively about yourself, put something healthy in there. Tell yourself you can. Practice it every day and see what happens. See your life change. All right? If anybody want a copy of this, I'm actually going to see if I can put it out there. It's very, 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 very good to follow. If you want a newsletter, sign up on a newsletter. I'm going to put this out on a newsletter so you can have it, because what I want is to give you the tools. So when you are self-sabotaging yourself and you are aware of it, how do you go ahead and cut through that so you can continue to do what you need to do? Because it's up from here, ladies, right? No more talking. No more being mediocre. We need the tools to help us, right? So we'll make sure that happens. All right, I gotta go. I'll see you guys. I love you. I see you